Eric Anderson, the DA. All right, check it out. So we already knew about this situation with the Snow White film being delayed. Disney's woke Snow White film getting kicked back all the way to 2025. This article came out last week. I already covered that. If you didn't see that, I'll link the video above so you can check it out. But now the question started to become, why is it being delayed? What was the reason? Why is Disney really pushing this thing back? Is it just because of the Hollywood strikes? Because obviously that makes a lot of sense. The actors and the writers, they haven't been working for months and months and months. They were actually, I think, in a process of shooting this film when the Hollywood went on strike. And so they had to shut down production. So it makes sense. Okay, let's kick it all the way out, to 2025, give us an opportunity to really work on this thing, make sure it's shining like a rose. Because again, this is Snow White we talking about. This ain't no Rudy Poo princess. This is the princess of princesses. So you want to make sure you get that right. Or is it because of these funky looking CGI dwarves that they got in here? These guys look absolutely crazy. Is it because of this? And they want to make sure that they get the CGI just pristine, perfect. Is that the reason that they're kicking this thing all the way back to 2025? Or is it because they know that this is about to be one big, humongous box office flop and they're trying to do some damage control? From the Daily Wire, Disney Snow White delay reportedly comes from fears it will be a financial disaster. There ain't no fears about it. It's an absolute certainty. Thanks to this nice young lady right here, Rachel Zegler, this thing is going to be one big, ginormous box office flop. You guys know I'm here all day for that. Due to the fact that, listen, you can't, number one, get out here and do the race swap. And you guys already know how I feel about the race swaps. Super insulting to everybody involved. Doesn't matter who you're talking to. But not only that, the ideology that was getting pushed through this thing. Oh, she's not going to be saved by the prince. Oh, the prince is a stalker anyway, so why would I want to be saved by him? Like all of that kind of crap. Yeah, so this thing is going to flop, not to mention the fact, obviously, that they are just trampling and stepping on and pissing on the original Snow White. This chick right here was just out there pissing all over the original Snow White film. It's not 1937 anymore and all of that bullshit. Yeah, this thing was going to be an absolute flop. She pissed off so many people. Nobody wanted to deal with this crap at all. If they brought this thing out next March, which is in about 5 months. Oh, this was going to flop and flop hard. So yeah, Disney had to pull the plug and push pause on this at least for a minute so they could hopefully let this, all of this stuff die down. But let's go ahead and read this article and see what they're talking about. Disney recently announced that it was delaying the debut of its Snow White remake until March of 2025, and an insider reportedly says it's out of fear that the film will be a financial disaster, which is absolutely the case, and hurt plans for future spinoffs. All right, so wait a minute. They're actually thinking about doing some spinoffs of Snow White. What do you spin off for Snow White? What is there to spin off from this? Like a solo dwarves film? We're just going to do one just on the dwarves? And I don't, it's stupid, man. This company is so lacking in creativity. It's absolutely sad, man. Just creative bankruptcy coming out of Disney, man. It's ridiculous. A source told the Daily Mail that when Disney cited the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike as the reason behind delaying the film's release one full year, that wasn't the whole story. Disney has reportedly spent $330 million. Whoa! All right, look, I'm just reading this for the first time. Disney reportedly spent $330 million. Boy, they about to lose some damn money on this thing. Are you kidding me? They spent $330. So this is just going to be another Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny and then some. Because listen, if they've already spent $330 million, if this is true, if this number is true, they still haven't finished filming this thing. How much more money are they going to spend on this film? How much more money are they going to spend on this crap? I've told you before, every penny they spend going forward is a penny lost. There's no way they're going to make their money back. They're going to lose money going forward. If they just stopped as is, they would lose money. Every dollar they spend is a dollar loss. It's just a dollar into the incinerator. So what else are they going to do? This thing might crack like $500 million before all is said and done. Because you got to think marketing and everything that goes with it. And then they got to do, still got to reshoots. They got all of this CGI because they got these little crappy CGI dwarves. They got to make sure that that looks good. Sheesh. They're about to lose some bread, man. Woo! Disney had to delay Snow White because they have spent so much money on it. And if it is a financial disaster, oh yeah, it's a guaranteed disaster. At the box office, it might single-handedly cripple future remakes and potential Snow White sequels that they have planned, an insider told the outlet. I'm just tripping off of this. Yeah, it's going to be a financial disaster if they spend $330 million on it. But what sequels would you want to see from this? Future remakes and potential sequels. What in the hell are they thinking about? See, it's a dumpster fire already. If they are smart, they will pull the whole plug. They will shift this thing over to Disney Plus, lickety split. Like, yep, we're done here. No, this isn't going to work out like we thought. You know, it's time to course correct, reassess everything that you're doing. All right. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is crazy, man. They also have to remove themselves from the bad taste in the mouths of online critics and want to instead deliver a great film and get to a point where they get it right. The only way to get this thing right is to stop doing it right now. Just stop. It's over. It's over. You rolled it out there. You hired this crazy chick here, Rachel Zegler, the wrong actress, the insider added, noting the backlash against the lead actress, Rachel Zegler, who slammed the original story with a stalker prince. This is why I say I don't understand how in the hell did Disney see those remarks being made by Rachel Zegler at D23 and they didn't find out a way to just scrub all of that stuff off the internet. Remember, that D23 interview happened in 2022. And people were talking about it back then because I actually went to that YouTube video where they had that. And there were people talking about it. Oh, man, this girl is terrible, blah, 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 whatever. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it hadn't hit the internet and it hadn't hit Twitter and it hadn't became this big online outrage like it was over the summer. It hadn't gotten to that point. So how in the world did y'all let that happen? Somebody over there at Disney is sleeping at the wheel, man. I swear to God. Yeah, this thing is going to be an outright disaster. And if they were smart, all right, forget this delivering a great film, okay? That ship has sailed. There is no chance that you are going to have a great film at this point. Unless you strip all the ideology and all the woke bullshit out of this film. Unless you strip all of that stuff out. You recast this chick, Rachel Zegler. And you just go strictly by the basics. You get actual 7 people with dwarfism to play the 7 dwarves. You get rid of that CGI nonsense. And that's the only way you're going to make a great film. And you're probably still going to lose money on it anyway because of how much money you've already spent. But you know they're not going to do any of that. All right. They'll never admit defeat. They'll never admit that they were wrong about doing what they were doing this entire time. That's just not in Disney's DNA. They always got to double and triple down on the bullshit. They're never going to admit the truth. You dropped the ball. You screwed this entire thing up. Walt Disney is turning and rolling over in his grave. They even had the son of the director of the original Snow White calling him out, calling him woke. They said, man, it's woke trash, man. My pops is rolling over in his grave right now. That man, that's what I'm saying, man. They have no chance of saving this thing. Best thing to do, again, pull the plug, cobble together something, throw it on Disney Plus, try to, and then, you know, write it off with your taxes. All right. Write it off with your taxes. Hey, you know what? Yeah, we messed up. We was playing around. We was just, you know, experimenting on some shit. You know, we ain't really trying to make a real Snow White movie over here. But yeah, it didn't work out. So yeah, we just got to stop that. Okay, can we get a tax break on that, you know, on that film or whatever, man? Unbelievable, man. They realized that they were overthinking things and are now reining it all in a little bit more. The source continued. They just need some time to figure it all out. It's over, man. What are they talking about? Figure out what? Figure out that they're about to lose all the money in the world with this thing. If they've already spent $330 million, I mean, again, they got to be coming up on $500 million before this thing is all said and done. Maybe without marketing. Sheesh. Plus, we are still dealing with the strikes. It's a perfect storm right now, but they are embracing change and anticipate it all to work out and exceed expectations. The work starts now. There's no way, man. I'm sorry. If this is a real report and this is really what's going on in Disney's noggin, and they really think that they're about to just swoop on in and just change everything and have everybody, oh man, what a great film, man. Disney, we knew you had it in. If they really think that, man, I got some bridges and shit I need to sell to these cats. This thing is going to flop and flop super hard, y'all. There's no chance in the world that this thing is going to be any good. The backlash, of course, is coming from Rachel Zegler as the maiden with skin white as snow, a Latina actress. And then from Peter Dinklage, who slammed Disney for attempting to remake the fucking backward story about 7 cave dwelling doors. And they don't even dwell in a cave, man. Like, Peter Dinklage is an idiot, man. The Doors lived in their own house. And they was homies and they was cool with each other. And then, you know, here comes Peter Dinklage robbing his fellow people with dwarfism out of actual work. Asshole, man. Literally, no offense to anyone. I was taken aback when they were proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Dinklage said on the podcast. Take a step back and look what you're doing there, he added. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, and you're still making that fucking backward story about 7 dwarves living in a cave together. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? These cats are not living in a damn cave. Again, man, these cats are just ridiculous. You know, and then it goes on talking about the other stuff. Yeah, this is about Brett Cooper's film, Snow White and Evil Queen. This is the one I'm actually interested in because they can't tell the Disney Snow White, obviously. So they just got to go strictly off of the Grimm fairy tale, the original fairy tale for Snow White. So I'll be interested to see that story told because it's the same, but there are some different variations. So they can't do everything that Disney was doing, but they can do some stuff. So I'm interested to see what Daily Wire Bent Key does with this Brett Cooper Snow White. But yeah, I mean, this is just absolutely hilarious, man. This is the eye opener right here, y'all. $330 million so far. That's what they've spent. And I mean, sheesh, man, how much are this is going to break the bank, and not in a good way for Disney. This might absolutely cripple them. They said it too, right? This will cripple. This is going to cripple more than the future remakes. This would be a disaster of epic proportions if it continues to go through. I'm here for it, man. Disney needs to go down. They're going to go down hard off of this. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.